Police uncle, listen to my explanation. In this era, people are too restless, and everyone is participating in internal competition every day. The happiness index is not high. Under such circumstances, it is simply impossible to tell the world about the pale and uninteresting public welfare activities. So I thought of live streaming, and then setting an example to make myself lose out, so that everyone can see the dangers of gambling with their own eyes. But I never thought I would win so much money, causing a sensation all over the internet. Okay, there's already enough evidence. Do you have anything else to add? Novel keyword. Live playing cards, are you really a positive energy anchor? No pop-ups, live playing cards, are you really a positive energy anchor? Download the complete set of TXT and play cards live. Are you really a positive energy anchor? Latest chapter reading. Chapter 1. Positive Energy Promotion. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 1 Positive Energy Promotion. No way. This won't make it possible to use the system properly, we have to come up with a new solution. The season was scorching hot, and Shen Wansan stood by the roadside, wiping sweat profusely. Not long ago, he was bound by the system. The system name is Positive Energy Promotion. As the name suggests, as long as positive energy is promoted to the world, the host itself can receive corresponding rewards. So at the first moment, Shen Wansan thought of distributing flyers. As long as the public welfare flyer is successfully distributed to others, he can obtain positive energy points so that he can go to the system mall to exchange what he wants. May the heavens fail to fulfill people's wishes. No one wants to pay attention to Shen Wansan, and even many people find him very annoying. Think about it carefully. Nowadays, people's hearts are very restless, and everyone is participating in internal competition every day. The happiness index is not high. Who can willingly accept the pale public welfare under such circumstances? In summary, distributing flyers is not advisable and requires a different approach. Meanwhile, this method is avant-garde, relaxed, and fun, which can attract people. So here comes the question. What is the way to achieve such a win-win situation? Shen Wansan already has a clear idea in his mind. This method is live streaming. And he also dares to guarantee that his live broadcast will definitely be watched by people and will never be without attention. Because the venue for my upcoming live broadcast is in Australia. After thinking of this, Shen Wansan immediately ended this positive energy promotion campaign and began preparing for the next round of action. At the same time, the system also provides corresponding sounds. Ding! The promotion of the Protecting the Environment, Everyone's Responsibility campaign has ended. Number of positive energy values obtained. 0. Total consumption of system funds 0.515, your rating. E.level, punishment begins. Due to your low rating, your system funds have been reduced from 300,000 to 150000. This round of promotional activities has come to a complete end. Please draft a new positive energy slogan as soon as possible and start the next round of promotional activities. Listening to the sound of the system, Shen Wansan was stunned. He really didn't expect the punishment to be so severe. The system funds were cut in half. You should know that system funds are equivalent to public money. Although it cannot be used privately, there are many benefits. Not only can it be used without any worries, but the positive energy earned is also personal. Cutting it in half now would be a huge limitation for future promotional activities. So we can't fail again. Otherwise, once all system funds are cut off. So then I can only use my own money. How much money can a fresh graduate like myself have? A few cards add up to less than 100 million, but in reality, it's over 800. His mother's. The next plan must be successful, because I have no choice but to succeed. Shen Wansan suddenly became enthusiastic. At present, he opened the system and drafted a new round of positive energy titles. Refuse gambling, start from me. Later, without telling his parents, he used system funds to order a plane ticket to Australia. The correct private use of funds in such related activities is allowed by the system. After all of this is completed, he boldly went to Australia to turn over. That night, in the Douyin live streaming platform, a new live streaming room has been added to the outdoor classification. The title is very innovative. Let's play in Oucheng for a while. I will lead by example and let everyone understand the dangers of gambling firsthand. Most people are familiar with the city of Oucheng. Know what makes that place famous. So when this title appeared, as Shen Wansan had guessed, most of the 10 viewers who watched his live stream stopped. This is not luck, but rather the fact that it comes with its own traffic. Oucheng is a place full of negative connotations, where countless wealthy people have gone bankrupt and become a laughing stock. There are also a few others who have become rich through this, which has become a myth. In short, this city is very mysterious and I really want people to explore it. So as soon as Shen Wansan approached the gambling city, several bullet comments immediately drifted by. Live streaming in Oucheng. This can also be broadcasted. The anchor has something. Sleeping slot. Look what I've found. Interesting, quite interesting. How much do you play, anchor? Be careful not to lose. Looking at the title, this person is running to lose and has no intention of winning. Of course, in such a place, you can't even win. When the anchor is making a bet, could you please make a prediction? I also want to have a sense of participation. There were a total of 12 people in the live broadcast room, and the level of activity exceeded half. This made Shen Wansan very satisfied. Just keep broadcasting like this, even if it's not popular, it probably won't be any worse. At that time, when the popularity reaches its peak every day, I will use my miserable situation to carry out a wave of positive energy promotion. Can't we even earn more positive energy points? Prior to this, Shen Wansan had inquired with the system about the way to obtain positive energy values for this matter. As long as he can effectively promote and make the audience aware of the dangers of gambling, he can gain positive energy points from everyone. Moreover, positive energy values can be obtained repeatedly, but can only be obtained after 24 hours of cooling. So what are you waiting for? Shen Wansan doesn't want to waste his great youth anymore. From this moment on, I have become the top positive energy anchor on the entire network, calling for the first person to be harmed by gambling. I originally wanted to book a hotel before going into play, but I didn't expect someone to arrive in the live broadcast room so soon. Since that's the case, I won't leave my mark. I'll play first and book later. As for how much I plan to play for 30,000 yuan for 3 days. I also hope that when watching the live broadcast, everyone will not make a scene, because I am not really here to gamble, but to lead by example and let everyone see the dangers of gambling with their own eyes. I hope that in the end, you all can experience it. Shen Wansan made a bold appearance during the live broadcast. After all, appearance is here. Born with confidence. Is that a total of 90,000 yuan to play? That's quite a bit. Tearful eyes, is there really someone like an anchor in this world? How could they lead by example like this? It seems like I've had some fun these past 3 days. Hurry up and enter the arena. What kind of strength do I have as a Kongkong anchor? People can't be compared to each other. Sprinkling water for 90,000 yuan in 3 days is really courageous. Indeed, it is evident that the anchor disdains such a small amount of 90,000. Watching the response during the live broadcast, Shen Wansan didn't know what to say. Can I not care about money? Isn't coming to Australia on your own for the purpose of exchanging positive energy points for money? What are the main issues? The problem is the system's money, it doesn't allow itself to spend it. Alright, let's not say much more nonsense. Let's see how long we can hold on to these 30,000 yuan. Let's go exchange chips first. In the first game, we'll just go play Soho. Shen Wansan said as he walked into the gambling city. End of this chapter. Chapter 2. Confirms that you are the right person with your gaze. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Chapter 2 confirms that you are the right person with your gaze. The extremely luxurious interior of the gambling city is eye-catching to everyone. The sexy official who was heard in the browser finally appeared before my eyes. It has to be said that the selection of Dutch officials in the casino is really strict. Those Dutch officials are all beautiful with long legs, charming and sexy. It is truly pleasing to the eye. It even gave rise to the idea that one would rather be penniless than spend money on a beautiful woman. Shen Wansan walked in the hall with 30,000 chips, appearing somewhat bewildered. Because there are too many Swoha tables here, the viewers are dizzy. However, at this moment, a slanted gaze happened to meet Shen Wansan. She is different from pure and charming, with a sweet smile and a pure face. For such a beautiful appearance. Shen Wansan lowered his eyebrows and smiled, then went ahead. A blue checkered shirt with loose cuffs rolled up at the wrist, simple and refreshing. Fitted cropped pants, clean white shoes, well proportioned and good-looking. So, look at each other and sit down. Hello, customer. She smiled sweetly, her voice soft and unsure if it was pinched or not. Confirmed your gaze, you are the right person. Shen Wansan fell in love with her at a glance among many Dutch officials. No need to think, she must be the most typical of these Dutch officials who are skilled at deceiving customers. Because her image is too close to the white moonlight in everyone's heart. Shen Wansan believes that she will definitely be able to help herself in countless battles and losses, in order to complete the great cause of positive energy promotion. Guest, you're joking. Suddenly, the young lady of the Dutch official felt a bit embarrassed. No, you're the right person. Shen Wansan is still very serious and determined. The little sister of the Dutch official was stunned on the spot, then lowered her head to conceal her smile. A few seconds later, she lifted her head again and looked at Shen Wansan, solemn yet still. Can I check your chips? Of course you can. As a result, live streaming rooms with 56 people have given evaluations. This transformation really resonates with me. I want to use Huabei to brush her gifts. Nah. This is called a major. The anchor has some skills. Are you so skilled at teasing your younger sister? Damn it, promoting positive energy is probably fake, teasing the young lady of the Lotus official is real. Why do you have women every day? What would happen if you don't have a woman? So, the anchor, don't adjust the camera, okay? I can't see her anymore. For such barrage, Shen Wansan sneered and could only say that these audience structures were small and their thinking was shallow. It seems that the guests are ready, so let's start playing cards. Once we start, we must not leave the game abnormally, otherwise it will be considered abandoned. This gambling table with Soha gameplay, along with Shen Wansan, has a total of 6 players, almost all of whom are elderly. After a round of playing cards, the second round of licensing begins. Shen Wansan's luck was very bad. He came with spade a right from the beginning. Undoubtedly, he is the player with the largest card face in the second round of dealing. Please speak up, those with larger cards. 100 yuan is enough. Shen Wansan didn't say much and immediately threw the green chip printed with 100 into the field. On the spot, everyone coincidentally looked at him and thought he was better off playing with the dog. Add 300. Follow 300. Follow. Follow along. The other 5 guests, none of whom were willing to join Shen Wansan, chose to raise funds one after another. The occurrence of this scene made Shen Wansan exclaim to himself that he had no vision. Although the gambling tables in the hall are scattered and not as large as VIP tables, there are also differences in size. Just like the current table. Except for themselves, the other 5 guests are all elderly, and with their financial resources, they are allowed to play a bit larger. If you want to play smaller, you have to find equally young gamers and reach a certain consensus with them. Unfortunately, it's too late to realize this now. Please ask the person with the largest face to continue speaking. The third round of licensing has ended. Shen Wansan's third card turned out to be another A, Red Peach A. It is obvious that the two largest cards in the game are in his hands. Hiss. 2A. Take off. Biggest in the whole game. No one is bigger than you. Your only opponent is a pair of 8. Oh my. The screen is limited, and you can't see everyone's cards at all. That's right, 8. This anchor can be killed indiscriminately. Nima, Black Heart 2A, if it were given to me, I would be so crazy as to ride on the face of the Dutch official girl. Prophecy. Prophecy for me. I can't help it anymore. After seeing the Black Peach in Shen Wansan's hand against A, the entire live broadcast room instantly erupted, all excited and threatening to kill. Upon seeing this, Shen Wansan frowned. This is not the situation he wants. What he wants is for the whole audience to say, let's stop the anchor. Only in this way can the warning have a profound effect. Instead of arousing everyone's killing intent like now. If this really wins, these people will go completely crazy. And in the face of their madness, say some warning words on your own. Isn't that pure farting? Shen Wansan was also truly impressed. What kind of ghost is the Dutch official girl you have chosen? Yeah, can you be more careful when dealing cards? What are you doing so big? Can black and red peaches also be casually posted to A? Continue betting, 300. Shen Wansan found 300 and threw them into the field. The current situation does not allow him to not follow. After all, the opening was spade A. If this is not communicated, it will be impossible to explain to the audience and will not serve as a final warning. It's true that he wants to lose money. But you cannot give money, it must be a normal loss, just like those defeated gamblers. Only in this way can we make everyone aware of the dangers of gambling. Otherwise, who cares about you? How can I earn positive energy points? What is the point of coming to Oucheng if the result is not earning positive energy points? So, this must be followed, I just hope it doesn't get too big anymore. Shen Wansan doesn't want to lose all of today's 30,000 yuan in one go. He needs to slowly lose and accumulate popularity, in order to achieve the highest popularity today, complete warning propaganda, and obtain positive energy points. Otherwise, it will be shut down shortly after it starts broadcasting, so why do we still live stream? It's just about A, it's not that I haven't eaten it before. Add it up, 500. 500. Follow. This is only the third one, how can we avoid it? For Shen Wansan's treatment of A, it has attracted the attention of other players, but they still plan to look at the cards again. Shen Wansan felt relieved when he saw everyone following. He is really afraid that these people will choose to abandon all cards and let him win this game when they see him against A. Follow along. With that, there is still hope. Shen Wansan believes that among the 5 of them, there will definitely be one who is bigger than himself. After all, the probability of playing one of the 5 cards that is bigger than himself is quite high. Afterwards, with Shen Wansan's 4th hand following the bet, the 4th card was issued in an orderly manner. Everyone looked at Dingqing and suddenly trembled. That card is truly Plum A. End of this chapter. Chapter 3. 3 Articles A. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 3 3 Articles A. Gone. 3 A's. Go up. Go up. Go up. Go up. Kill 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 me. Anchor kill me. Today's card, even if Chow Yun Fat is sitting across from me, you have to pressure me, anchor. Anchor, what are you waiting for? Hurry up and kill. Do you still need me to teach you? The appearance of Article 3A excited the audience in the entire live broadcast room on the spot. Everyone is threatening to kill or cut, like a gambler. Shen Wansan looked at the atmosphere and felt a little uncomfortable for some reason. He couldn't help but look up at the young lady of the Dutch official. And the younger sister of the Dutch official seemed to pay extra attention to Shen Wansan. When Shen Wansan's gaze came over, it was easy for them to align. She smiled as the wind chimed open her heart, her soul swaying in tranquility. Looking at such a bright smile. Shen Wansan, that's true chi, not a single point. Where are you, Nima? Do you really know how to deal cards? Can we deal cards or not? Just send out a pair of A's, and now we have 3 more A's out. Do you understand how to be sensible or not? Do you know why I chose you among many Dutch officials? That's all because I saw your ability to attract money. But your current performance has disappointed me, don't you know? Now. Don't laugh so much. It's really annoying. Please speak up, the one with the largest card face, said the young lady from Hagwon. Add 600. At this point, with 3 A's in hand, it's impossible not to raise them. But Shen Wansan doesn't have a few thousand or even tens of thousands. Because he is giving everyone present a chance. An opportunity to win oneself. You should know that anything can happen at the card table, even if it's a flush, there is a possibility of being eaten. But the premise is that you must dare to follow, and you must read all the cards. That's what Shen Wansan means by adding 600. However, the audience in the live broadcast room did not buy it. Such a big card. Are you just adding an extra 100? Are you still a person? Damn it. Can the anchor really play cards? If he can't, let me do it. Really? I'm so anxious to see these 3 A's in vain. Do you know that playing like this, the anchor, will offend the card god? His mother, give me this card. My father has to fight with me. The audience was surprised by Shen Wansan's operation and exclaimed that they couldn't understand it. Not only them, but also everyone on the table was surprised. In theory, with 3 A's in hand, no matter how you do it, you need to add a big bet. Because only in this way can it cause psychological pressure on other players and lead them to choose to discard their cards. After all, no one can predict the future. Only by defeating the opponent in advance and taking his money is the best option. But he poured it well and only added 100. What does this mean? Knowing that you are the biggest, so make a small raise and scam an extra round of money. Hehe, do you want to be such a novice? It's just 600, Uncle gave it to you, but Uncle doesn't know what the final outcome will be. Follow 600, spend 600 to see the cards, don't lose. I abandoned the card, it has no meaning. I also give up, the card is too small. I have 3 8s here, it doesn't make sense not to follow. 5 opponents, 3 follow, 2 discard. Shen Wansan thinks it's very good. As the follow.up ended, the 5th card was distributed along with it. This time, the young lady from Hagwon has finally started to exert herself. A small square hit Shen Wansan's hand twice. This made him immediately jump with joy. Besides, the faces of the other 3 brands are also very attractive. They are Plum Blossom 3, Block 4, Block 5, and Heart 6 have a chance of having a straight child. Spade 4, Spade J, Spade K, Spade 5, with a probability of having the same flower. The probability of Spades 8, Clubs 8, Blocks 8, Spades Q, having iron branches and gourds. It is obvious that everything is getting better. It's just a matter of playing cards. This time I have the largest card face, let me take a look at the cards first. Uncle, who has 3 8s, first slowly places a cigarette and then touches his hand amidst the smoke. He covered his base card with a common card, then exerted his fingers and slowly pushed away the common card, gradually revealing his base card. Just a little later. Add 5,000. Putting down the card, he suddenly stared at Shen Wansan and said this sentence. Shen Wansan didn't understand why he was staring at him. But there is no doubt that this uncle must have won a big card. He is a hero. The amount added is just a bit too large. But it doesn't matter either. Anyway, after losing this one, I'll have to change the table myself. Please ask the remaining players to speak one by one. Based on the card face, you can choose to follow the bet, raise the bet, and have a combo. Higuan Xiaojie reminded. Okay, I'll also take a look at the cards first. Shen Wansan responded and reached out to pick up his bottom card, starting to look at it. At this moment, he had only one thought. As long as you don't come to A or 2, anything is fine. However, the audience in the live broadcast room did not think so. They are enthusiastic, one by one excited. Come A. Come A. Come A. Come A. Come A. Come A. Hurry up. Hurry up. Hurry up for me. Nima. Can the anchor push it faster? I didn't show any signs. But my head is bent. Do you mean? No one in the game has 2, plus the color is black, the probability is very high. Everyone in the live broadcast room became nervous. Although iron support A is no longer possible, the probability of gourd is extremely high. If the gourd is really rolled out, then Shen Wansan's card face is undoubtedly the largest in the whole game. Shen Wansan also became extremely nervous. But he is different from the audience. The audience is trying to create 2. And he was thinking of rubbing out 3, 8, and 9. As is well known, the top is a curved card, with 4 categories. 2, 3, 8, and 9, totaling 16 cards. Now there are 3 8s, 1 2, and 1 3 on the field, totaling 5. Subtract these 5 sheets and leave 11 sheets. The number of sheets for 2 is 3, while the number of sheets for 3, 8, and 9 is 8. That is to say, the probability of touching 2 is 27%, and the probability of 3, 8, and 9 is as high as 73%. So, come on. 3, 8. 9, fingers suddenly exert force, and the bottom card gradually appears clear. A plum blossom too appeared before my eyes. End of this chapter. Chapter 4. Poor acting. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 4. Poor acting. Ah. Shen Wansan was stunned on the spot. He looked at Plum Blossom 2 in his hand, his face full of confusion. You, Nima. Hurry up and suppress it. What are the anchors still waiting for? Do you want me to teach you how to fight? Just ask if you want me to teach you how to fight. Push out the chips, push out all the chips. Hulu. The biggest one in the whole room. Even if you lose everything, you have to put pressure on it. What are you waiting for? Are you waiting for me to slap you in the face? Hurry up, Swoha. The audience in the live broadcast room went crazy, and no one stopped urging Shen Wansan. But the parties involved were numb. He looked at the Tianpai gourd in his hand, as if he really wanted to put the card into the mouth of the Higuan little sister. What should we do now? If we win this big game, we still have to make these viewers completely addicted. Even those who become envious as a result may embark on the path of losing their homes and lives. No. This doesn't work. I am a good anchor who promotes positive energy, and I will never allow such incidents to occur. Ladies and gentlemen, my hand is even larger than 3 A's, so I choose to play with one hand. After watching the cards, Shen Wansan chose to follow the bet and even made an appointment to say that the cards were very big, in order to warn other players on the table. Now that he holds the heavenly card gourd, it is a must-win situation, so it is obviously impossible not to follow. If that's the case, then win less. He wants to warn other players on the table to abandon their cards quickly through explicit means. In this case, even if you win, you won't win too much. At the same time, this can also tell the audience that it is almost impossible for everyone to make a fortune through gambling. That's right, even if the situation has collapsed like this, Shen Wansan can still find an opportunity to turn things around. What? I didn't hear you wrong, did I? Just with 5,000. Are you sick, Anchor? What kind of operation is this? How could there be such a cerebral palsy operation? Lying in bed. I really took it. My blood pressure has even been raised by me. No, I can't bear to watch anymore. I have a hand of heavenly cardboard, but it's just a bet without even adding a raise. Press on the property certificate. The anchor should quickly press on the property certificate for me. Grass. I really wish I could fly over immediately, kick the anchor away, and let him see how I play. The live broadcast room, which was approaching 100 people, was filled with impatience and questioning as I watched Shen Wansan's actions. Everyone didn't understand why he had to operate like this. I'm completely blind to this sky card hand. At the same time, on the playing table. When other players learned that Shen Wansan had chosen to follow suit, they immediately looked at this young man in their hearts. At this moment, Shen Wansan's facial expression was disappointed, regretful, and full of anger. Plus, the two sentences he just said. All players immediately had a complete judgment of him. This young card is just 3 A's maximum. He can't deceive anyone. But then again, the 3 A's are also very big, I don't know if they can pass it. Thinking of this, the remaining two players simultaneously looked at the cards. The former wants to create a smooth child, but the probability is only a tiny bit, so it is obvious that they cannot achieve it. He had no choice but to discard the card and had no intention of bluffing. Because there are 3 A's and 3 8's on the field, these two people are going to drive you no matter what. So there's no need to keep this card. Add 10,000. The former abandoned the card, while the latter not only followed the card, but also added a bet. At the same time, the latter's face was calm, clearly an experienced hand. You can't even tell if he's bluffing or if he really has the same flower. It seems like we have encountered an opponent. Since that's the case, I definitely respect you, me, and you. Uncle Sanjo 8 smiled and launched a chip worth 10,000 yuan. This card is worth raising. If you're a real gourd, then I'm willing to give it to you. The latter remains calm and difficult to distinguish. Seeing this, Shen Wansan became somewhat confused on the spot. What are the two uncles doing here? One injection, one follow-up injection. What does that mean? Play me. Your mother's kiss, I have made it clear to you that my card is bigger than 3A cards. But it's all like this, do you still have to deal with it? So, if you like doing charity, can you change places? Don't come to the casino. Shen Wansan was immediately overwhelmed by these two uncles. He had originally planned to have them all abandon their cards through explicit and follow up betting. I didn't expect it, they're not just following me. You really raised it. Absolutely. 7 layers of hell. All the plans have been disrupted. No, I can't come soft on my own. I have to come hard, and I have to scare them all away at once. Otherwise, this one is likely to win a lot of money. Two uncles, I advise you to recall what I said before. This shuddles me. After Shen Wansan finished speaking, he pushed all his chips into the field. The two uncles smiled but didn't speak. Is a novice still trying to pretend to be an old hand to scare people? Isn't this a fantasy? Young man, don't think about deceiving others. Casino is not open to everyone. Today, I'll give you a long memory. I'll shuttle with you. Well, the young man's acting skills are too poor, and he repeatedly emphasizes that all of these are indicating that you are very panicked, and I'm following you too. Shen Wansan. Fraudulent. Poor acting skills. No, what is this all about? When did I deceive people? When did I act again? Don't embarrass yourself, I have always been treating you sincerely. Shen Wansan didn't understand why these two uncles thought so. He also wants to explain. But it's too late for everything. After all players choose Swoha, they have to open the cards. Faced with your 3 8s, I'm the same flower, is that enough? I'm sorry, it's a close call. I really have 3 gourds of 8. I didn't expect you to really make a gourd out of it. What a sight. You're not a small flower either, but unfortunately your luck is a bit bad. If it's better, these chips should be yours. The two uncles completely ignored Shen Wansan and compared their cards to each other. Because in their hearts, Shen Wansan is completely a casino novice, without any gambling skills. However, the next moment, the voice of the young lady from the Dutch official surprised everyone present. The game is over, with 3 gourds winning. A total of 17,580 chips, after deducting some service fees, were all pushed in front of Shen Wansan. At this moment, the whole table looked at Shen Wansan without reservation, but this time, their eyes were no longer mocking, but shocked and fearful. So, have you been pretending to be a novice all along, kid? End of this chapter. Chapter 5 is just about losing some chips. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 5 is just about losing some chips. Everyone was shocked. They thought Shen Wansan was on the first floor, but they didn't expect him to be in the atmosphere. At a young age, he chose to play tricks and perfectly utilize his youth to portray a surprising casino novice, gradually leading people to fall for it. Hiss. What kind of person is this kid? Are you born to gamble? Or, perhaps, which master's apprentice? Everyone felt a bit confused about this young man. But judging from the results, this young man not only knows how to gamble, but also has impressive strength. Young man, you're very interesting. How could you make Xiao Bai look so similar? Are you interested in having another set? It's amazing. I was completely intimidated by him, and even now I can't believe that his hand is actually a gourd. If given to someone else, I estimate that the vast majority of people are not as calm and composed as young men. It is precisely because of his composure that this young man is impressive. This little white outfit is really hard to defend against. Everyone present sincerely recognized Shen Wansan's gambling skills. Even Miss Higuan looked at him with admiration. You should know that if you can make the Dutch official acknowledge your gambling skills, that means you're really good at it. Because the position of Dutch official involves encountering various types of guests every day. So whether a guest is capable or not, and whether they are fierce or not, they have absolute discourse power. Anyway, from her perspective, Shen Wansan is undoubtedly a stunning presence. She has been working as a Dutch official for so many years and has met many young customers, but few of them have the same gambling skills as Shen Wansan, who is not suitable for her age. They can easily see through the size of their hand at a glance. And Shen Wansan, you can't see through it no matter what. In short, his gambling skills are very impressive and cannot be judged by his youthful appearance. So, this young and talented guest, do you still want to continue? Sister Higuan turned her head to look at Shen Wansan, with a charming smile and teeth like a rhinoceros. We'll talk about it later. Little did everyone know that at this moment, he was completely speechless. He looked at the hundreds of thousands of chips stacked high in front of him, and his teeth were almost crushed. Playing Little White. Are you good at gambling? What are all these? I just want to lose some chips. Shen Wansan really took it. He really didn't understand what these people were thinking, he was sick. Subconsciously, he glanced at the live broadcast room again. As a result, I was completely speechless. Anchor awesome. Everyone stands up. Breaking sound, oh my god, I was so caught up in the dark and thought deeply. I was truly amazed by the anchor's gambling skills, almost every detail from start to finish, one after another. Yes, Dutemo apologizes to the anchor. You don't even understand what psychological games are, each one is a low-end player. Where is this a positive energy promotion live broadcast room? It's clearly a top-level gambling live broadcast room. Anchor, I'm not hiding from you, I'm already kneeling and watching. No, did anyone elaborate on it? Although I know the anchor is very skilled, I don't have that keen insight. After Shen Wansan swept the gambling table, not only did all the people on site unanimously recognize him, but even the audience in the live broadcast room was deeply infected. Some viewers who believe they understand constantly explain the background to the somewhat confused audience. For example, why only put 10 yuan in chips at the beginning? That's to pretend to be a little white, only a little white would be hesitant to bet at the beginning. For example, why are good cards in hand, only following the bet and not daring to increase the bet? That's to further portray Xiao Bai well, only Xiao Bai will be submissive in this regard. For example, why are the 3 A's in hand and still playing so non-aggressive? That's to make others think they've seen through their cards, so they can show their fangs at the last minute and kill all the players present. All of this is intertwined and assassinated step by step. Looking at these detailed explanations, Shen Wansan couldn't help but feel helpless. He really doesn't understand why these viewers can think of such deep places. The most crucial thing is that all of this can be rounded up, and overall, it is not only reasonable, but also particularly evidenced. This directly leads to those confused viewers suddenly realizing. Immediately after, the barrage began to roll back and forth with such a sentence. Anchor, I want to learn gambling from you. Seeing such words, Shen Wansan's scalp went numb. His original intention was to promote positive energy and make everyone aware of the dangers of gambling. But now, completely putting the cart before the horse. If left unchecked like this, then this positive energy promotion campaign is likely to declare failure. At that time, the punishment will be restarted and the system funds will be cut in half. No. No way. I still rely on the system. Shen Wansan felt that he could no longer be depressed and speechless, and had to say something that made him sweat hard. Don't make a fuss, just because you win doesn't mean you'll win. I'm just lucky at the moment. When I lose, you will see me eager to make a profit, and the more I gamble, the less and the poorer I become. So everyone must not be happy just because of one win, because there will be more cruelty waiting for you in the future. Facing the camera, Shen Wansan said very seriously and seriously. This time, the barrage really subsided a lot, because many people agreed with Shen Wansan's words. Unfortunately, at this moment, a strange voice entered the live broadcast room. That's someone else, you're not luck, you're strength. In my opinion, you can rely on this profession to make a living. If these people could learn a little from you, a small bet would not only be enjoyable, but also likely have a good chance of winning. These words come from the flower shirt uncle beside me. The one who abandoned the trading early on. And his words also made the audience in the live broadcast room once again shocked. Anchor, I really want to learn gambling from you. The anchor teaches me. I beg you to teach me. Kneel down and beg. I knew you were just unwilling to teach me, that's why you said that kind of thing, but now, I just want to learn. Anchor, please, I want to be the most beautiful guy in the whole room on New Year's Day. Anchor, I knocked 2 for you, just teach me. Bang bang bang. Shen Wansan fell into silence as he watched the once again noisy live broadcast room. End of this chapter. Chapter 6. Is correct, we are all waiting for you to make a mistake. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 6 is correct, we are all waiting for you to make a mistake. Sometimes, it's really annoying people who can't understand the atmosphere. For example, the flower shirt uncle in front of me. Do we know each other well? Do you think you are very humorous? Speaking is not legally responsible, is it? Would you like to record your words and listen to what you are saying? What does it mean that others are others? I am myself, and I can rely on this profession to make a living. Are you not afraid of me suing you for defamation? Shen Wansan was extremely helpless. Young man, judging from your demeanor, you should have graduated, right? You haven't even considered accepting a few, have you? Uncle Washiro continued, seemingly interested in Shen Wansan. However, Shen Wansan had no idea what he was saying. Graduation. How many do you accept? What is this all about? Where is it? Uncle, can you stop guessing? I don't have a school at all. What's the point of graduating? Besides, I do live streaming to promote positive energy, not to take in apprentices. You know, teaching others to gamble is illegal and disorderly. Shen Wansan emphasized with patience. Oh, it seems that the rules of the school are strict and cannot be easily revealed. The uncle nodded thoughtfully, and then muttered to himself, and you are still very young, you haven't reached the age of receiving a few. No. Uncle, are you listening to me? I said I don't have a sect. Well, uncle understands and understands you. It's okay if you don't say it. Hiss. I really don't have a school. Well, uncle understands. Shen Wansan. Damn it. Thank you really. Anchor, don't listen to that old man next to you talking nonsense. What does it mean you haven't reached the age to collect a few? I think you've arrived. Taking advantage of the fact that there are only over 100 people in the live broadcast room now, with the host on the platform, I am the first to kowtow and become your disciple in the future. Please make sure to teach me how to confront Chow Yun Fathead. On. May I ask if the anchor accepts female disciples? May I ask if the anchor accepts female disciples? May I ask if the anchor accepts female disciples? Master, I lost 3,800 in Mahjong today, I'm embarrassing you. Promote positive energy. Show off top gambling skills. As Uncle Flower's shirt appeared time and time again, various absurd rhythms flew in the live broadcast room. Shen Wansan finally realized that the situation was not right. If we continue to let it go like this, the live broadcast room will probably be finished soon. We need to keep the rhythm down as soon as possible. And the next moment. Just as Shen Wansan was about to ease the rhythm of the barrage, several hints made his heart tremble. Ding, cybersecurity number 648-4100 has entered your live broadcast room. Ding, the deputy captain of Binjong Criminal Investigation Detachment has entered your live broadcast room. Ding, police officers from Kanbei Police Station are entering your live broadcast room. Ding, Internet Police number 514-3745 has entered your live broadcast room. Suddenly, more than 20 police officers rushed into the live broadcast room. For such a battle, everyone will only see it in their lifetime. Shen Wansan panicked. But the audience in the live broadcast room is not afraid of big things at all. Yo, the note is here. Master, you keep gambling and leave the note to me. What's wrong? The police are also here to pay their respects. Let me tell you, I came first. Don't get in the way, my master costs over 100,000 yuan per minute, or even hundreds of thousands. You can't afford to delay him. Who on earth is it? Which traitor led the note in? Cops, have you seen those chips on my master's desk? Yes, my master just won. He won many tens of thousands in one go. Watching these audience members speak in such a way, Shen Wansan suddenly realized that the days ahead were not only very harsh, but also increasingly harsh. What's so special, why don't you hurry up and leave? Subconsciously, Shen Wansan wanted to immediately shut down the broadcast of Flash Man. But on second thought, the public security organs will not handle cases online. Only when they truly violate the law and discipline will they take it seriously. Now these police officers are here, probably because there are too many prohibited words in the live broadcast room, which has forced them to come and check the situation. So at this point, as long as you explain yourself well and cooperate with their work, there will be no problem. The most important thing is that one is indeed upright and not afraid of shadows tilting. Comrades, good. Shen Wansan immediately shifted the camera of his phone from the playing table to himself, showing his sincerity and enthusiasm. May I ask the host, what are you doing? Why do you frequently use prohibited words in your live broadcast room? Internet Police Officer 124-7415 issued a barrage of questioning. Do you still need to ask? Isn't this very obvious about gambling? That's right, the note doesn't have any eye power. Shen Wansan. Comrades, please don't pay too much attention to other speeches. Netizens are too detached and don't mind the big picture. My name is Shen Wansan, a person from Jiangnan. I am here in Ouching to promote positive energy and call on everyone to stay away from gambling. As for why I did this, I have written in my personal details that it was all for preaching through personal experience, so that everyone can have a deeper understanding of the dangers of gambling. Shen Wansan had a strong desire for survival and immediately told the story in detail. But at this moment, the audience has become demons again. Promote positive energy. Show off top gambling skills. Oh my, can police uncles stop asking questions? I want to watch the anchor continue gambling. Police uncle, don't you arrest the anchor, okay? I'll catch him after I learn some skills. Ah sir, you don't know how powerful the anchor is. He won over 70,000 yuan in one go. Without even blinking his eyes, he's an old gambling dog. To be honest, watching the anchor's victorious performance, I can't help but come to Australia for a few rounds. Just do it this way. The police officers who only wanted to follow Shen Wansan suddenly changed their minds. Because they found that the audience's mocking barrage seemed to be no different from the truth. If such facts are left unattended, it is uncertain what will really happen. So in order to prevent such incidents from happening, they have decided to give priority attention. Online Police Officer 648-4100. Please continue the live broadcast, I will determine your quality based on your live content. Vice Captain of Binzhong Criminal Investigation Detachment. I don't think the situation is very good. We really need to pay more attention. At Internet Police 514-3745, Xiaolu, go find a few more people and keep an eye on this person. Internet Police Officer 514-3745. Okay, Captain, I'll arrange it now. Police officer from Canbei Police Station said, based on his current live broadcast content, I think we should let him directly prepare a case to prevent people from running away and making it difficult to catch him. Shen Wansan was about to burst into tears on the spot and said, no. Comrades, can you stop believing in bullet comments? Online Police Officer 648-4100. Please continue the live broadcast. The deputy captain of the Binzhong Criminal Investigation Detachment said, we're just seeking truth from facts. Don't be afraid, just live stream normally. Internet Police 514-3745. Well, don't be afraid. Only after you commit a crime will action be taken against you. The police officer from Tongchi Police Station said, that's right, we're all waiting for you to make a mistake. Shen Wansan. End of this chapter. Chapter 7. This loser is 80,000. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 7. This loser is 80,000. What is stress? Pressure is being watched by a group of police officers at this moment. Shen Wansan felt uncomfortable all over, as if there were ants crawling again. In fact, at this moment, he has a way to directly release himself. That is to shut down the broadcast and announce that it will never be broadcast again. In this way, all the pressure and anxiety can be swept away. But he couldn't bear to do so. Because live streaming is indeed a good way to obtain positive energy points. And their live broadcasts are becoming popular at a visible speed to the naked eye. Although the current number of viewers has been around 150, how long has it been since the broadcast started? It has only been on air for less than half an hour. If it continues to be broadcasted, I dare not say that I will become a very large anchor, at least an average anchor. By then, wouldn't the benefits I gain be much greater than the current pressure? In summary, even if this matter is extremely difficult, we must never give up. You just need to be cautious in your words and actions, and use the act of losing money to preach. So I won't have any problems and may even receive recognition for it. So continue live streaming. After taking a deep breath, Shen Wansan shifted the camera of his phone back to the playing table. The high-stacked chips followed into everyone's sight. My goodness, this kid really won a lot. A small police officer in the Binzhong Criminal Investigation Detachment let out a sigh. What's going on? Are you envious? Do you believe he will lose all his money later? Hey, how many people can win and leave that place? Your situation is too small, and they don't even want to win. We have to promote positive energy through losing money. On the surface, that's all. Who knows if he's true or false? There are so many tricks involved. Let's talk less and keep a close eye on it, otherwise the captain will come back and we'll all have to be taken care of one by one. Within the gambling city, Shen Wansan is now ready to continue playing cards. After slightly lowering the rolled-up cuffs, he kept his gaze on the young lady of the Dutch official. The melancholy and distant aura is like a red lotus falling from the water, only to hear the jade chime, as if emotions are still there. Although Miss Higuan, who was being watched, remained silent, she slowly began to feel uneasy, like a girl in her first love, occasionally tidying up her appearance and pretending to be natural. Why does he keep staring at me? Do you like me? But it's not a problem to keep watching like this. I admit you are very proactive, but I am very passive here due to work reasons. Can't you think of another way? For example, after I finish my work, can I contact you again? Miss Higuan thinks so. But Shen Wansan's true thought was, don't be so fussy anymore, it's bothering my eyes. Hurry up and give me some support. Suck in more of my gold. That's it, in a while. After confirming that all players had no issues with their chips, Higuan's sister immediately began the second round of gambling. In this gambling game, there was no change in the personnel, and the 6 players who were still in the upper echelon remained the same. After waiting for someone to play a base card, the first public card was distributed. Upon seeing it, Shen Wansan's face immediately showed joy. Because this time, he is the smallest in the whole game, a small block of 5. Look, the opportunity to lose money is here, isn't it? Please ask the person with the largest face to speak. Add up, 500. In this round, the player with the largest card face is K Spades, so he raised 500 without any issues. 500. Keep up. The 2 masters followed suit one after another. Then it was Shen Wansan's turn to speak. I saw him reach out and touch his own stack of chips, counting them. He waved his hand and said, add up, 10,000. With this move, I won't be able to manipulate all the players on the table. A minimum of 5 blocks, up to 10,000. Are you crazy or are you going to die? We can't do this even if we have money. The players looked at Shen Wansan, who valued money like dirt, and the pressure was suddenly filled. They are wealthy and decent, but most of them are middle class. Losing tens of thousands of yuan a day is okay. If they lose tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands, they will be in pain. So in this matter, they have to weigh it more. Meanwhile, within the live broadcast room, The smallest block in the whole game is 5, can you add 10,000? What does this mean, master? I can't understand it, I can't even understand it. Nima, are you teaching us how to gamble, or are you teaching us how to do charity? No, it's not because the note came that the anchor wanted to mess it up and quickly get off the air. If that's the case, I'll leave now and there's no point in watching it. Isn't this a complete gift? Is it interesting? The audience erupted. Shen Wansan had already figured out a reason for this, although he was indeed intentionally giving money. Don't maliciously speculate about me, everyone listen carefully to me. The so-called gambling refers to the gambler's courage and determination, and the struggle is the individual's psychological quality and speculation of others' psychology. We place naked bets, fight with bayonets to see red, win with excitement, and lose decisively. Who told you that I would definitely lose? What if we don't win the ending? Aren't we winning? What if we give it a wave? After deep reflection, Shen Wansan has completely understood the key points of this positive energy activity. I cannot rigidly follow the normal way of losing money. But it's about instilling in the audience the idea that they really should lose. Under this premise, even if they send themselves to heaven, the audience will not feel anything, but will sympathize with themselves. For example, this one. I secretly give money, but openly say I want a wave. Will the audience understand after listening? I estimate that I will most likely understand. Because the money won is profit, not principle. In the eyes of the audience, what's wrong with using profits to make waves? Losing is not a loss. Winning blood earns. Oh, that's it. I thought my brain was twitching. Anyway, just don't mess around. It's meaningless to mess around at the gambling table. It still needs to be my master. He really has the courage. He threw out 10,000 pieces without even blinking his eyes. If you don't understand, just ask, is the host's family mining? They don't even consider money as money. The waves return to the waves, just don't let the waves cause trouble. After listening to Shen Wansan's explanation, everything went as he had imagined. Many people settled down and chose to continue watching the live broadcast. This kind of excuse cannot be used much, and can only be used in favorable circumstances. Otherwise, it would be a blatant gift, and there is no way to beautify or embellish it. In this way, Shen Wansan briefly controlled the entire live broadcast room. Immediately afterwards, he secretly revealed a sinister smile behind his back. Jia Lao Zi can finally shake off his arm and work openly now. Set a small goal. This one loses 80,000. Not only do we need to export all the profits we win, but we also need to export some of the capital along the way. End of this chapter. Chapter 8. This Shen Wansan is definitely not easy. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 8. This Shen Wansan is definitely not easy. The previous one added 10,000 yuan, please speak to the next one. After Shen Wansan finished speaking, it was his turn to go down. He has 2 servants in total. The former forms a single shadow and is alone, the latter is accompanied by a beautiful woman. After listening to the voice of the young lady from the Dutch official, neither of them had a very attractive expression. Because in the first round, someone only needs to spend 500 to see the second card. But they have to spend 10,000 if this were to follow. They are like big enemies. But if we don't follow, it seems like they can't afford to play again. Oh my, it's so annoying. What does a young person with a cerebellum suddenly have a seizure? Why don't you say hello in advance when you want to play such a big game? It's really not going well, just make a phone call. Damn it. Sitting in this young man's next home is really unlucky. Forget it, sometimes I have to accompany young people's enthusiasm. I'll follow. There's no such thing as abandoning cards in the first round. I followed. After a brief consideration, the 2 servants decided to keep up. They don't want to be accused by others of not having as much courage as young people. The first round of licensing ends here. The second round of licensing begins. During the licensing process, Shen Wansan was staring closely at the young sister of the Dutch official, afraid that she would become a demon. Until a small spade 3 appeared before my eyes. He just breathed a sigh of relief. That's right, she finally put in the effort. I really didn't misread her. Even if Chow Yun Fat sat behind him this year, he couldn't stop losing 80,000 yuan. Before the largest player in this round could speak, Shen Wansan had already started counting chips. Seeing such movement, his servant suddenly couldn't sit still. Is this young man really here? Are you in a hurry to count your chips and place your bet before the player with the largest face speaks? And this time the amount is more than 10,000. Are you afraid it's over 10,000? Are you really afraid of being sick? What are you doing so hard with a spade 3? Would you like to take a look at your cards first? You currently only have 5 maximum blocks. Shen Wansan's servants all felt a bit overwhelmed. They originally thought this young man was quite good. Not only was he calm, but his gambling skills were also worth their sparring. But now let's take a look. This young man is a reckless man. A gambling dog with no brain at all. The card with the largest face in this round is Heart J, please speak. Bet 10,000. Flower shirt players did not choose to raise because the current amount is already significant. After he finished speaking, it was his turn to go home. And his successor was none other than Shen Wansan. Add up, 20,000. Without hesitation, Shen Wansan immediately smiled and launched 20,000 chips. Upon seeing this, the other 4 servants all wore pain masks. What they are most afraid of is that it has happened. Young man, are you sure you really want to play like this? Someone couldn't help but ask on the spot. Of course, didn't I put all my bets on it? Shen Wansan said calmly, as if everything was very ordinary. Upon hearing this, the servants were all stunned. What kind of person is this young man? How does it feel a bit harsh? Young man, every table in the casino has its own rules and cannot be easily broken, you know, the person continued. Well, I know, but don't you all want to bet with me? That's all you're doing, Shen Wansan calmly replied. Actually, he doesn't want to play so big either. But now the situation in the live broadcast room is not optimistic, and many police officers are paying attention. If we don't complete the promotion of positive energy as soon as possible, we may have to go to the competent authority for filing later. So this one must lose a bit more. After losing this game, you can follow the plan and slowly gamble and lose. Shen Wansan thinks so. But in the ears of others, this was a rather explosive statement. Everyone stared at him in amazement. I didn't expect that at a young age, he not only had full courage, but also was very domineering. It's obvious that he wants to compete with everyone. Win or lose. Hiss. Everyone secretly took a cold breath, unsure whether to continue following. This newcomer is really too fierce. If we confront him head-on, we may end up with a bloody outcome. After all, he is the person who has taken 3 A-shaped gourds. It's not something that can be easily defeated. Forget it, you guys go ahead. I'm old and don't want to have any more conflicts with young people. There is a man who is nearly 60 years old and has given up on this round. Despite his beautiful hand, he still lost it. Because he was discouraged by Shen Wansan's daring fighting spirit. Okay, I lost it too. I admit I can't play with this young man. Next, another player chooses to discard the card. He, like the former, was both discouraged. After abandoning their cards, the 2 of them did not choose to stay on the field anymore. Instead, they packed up their chips and left the gambling table one after another. Shen Wansan was completely bewildered when he saw such a situation. No, why are we going here? Your hands are so beautiful, why do you have to leave? Hello. Don't leave. Come back and continue to follow. I'm going to give you money. You guys come back quickly. No matter how Shen Wansan tried to persuade him in his heart, the two of them walked away without looking back. This made him very uncomfortable, unable to understand why such a thing had happened. Anchor Nyobi. Breaking sound, master, where are you waves? It's clear that you're just killing the heart. Speaking of waves, actually thinking of killing, the onlookers are confused and the onlookers are clear. I can only say, Nyobi. That's amazing. This anchor is really amazing. In just a few words, he scared away two people. I admit it was me who was rude at first. Anchor, you're not just showing off, you're just killing indiscriminately. Look, you guys, look, what's gambling technique? Tactical backtracking. After watching the entire process in the live broadcast room, Shen Wansan almost knelt down. They thought Shen Wansan really wanted to make waves. Unexpectedly, the waves he spoke of were actually a gamble that would burn one's bridges. As is well known, there is a limit on the amount of scattered tables in the casino, as agreed upon by players. If the amount limit is exceeded, players will be unable to bear the financial pressure. For example, the table where Shen Wansan is currently located should have an average limit of around 20,000 yuan. Shen Wansan broke the average amount limit with just a slight move. So, which player can bear it? No one can bear it at all. So Shen Wansan is playing with pressure. You dare not play with me. Hush. There's really something wrong with this kid. The deputy captain of the Binzhong Criminal Investigation Detachment squinted his eyes. Years of criminal investigation experience and keen sense of smell told him that Shen Wansan was definitely not easy. End of this chapter. Chapter 9. Doesn't seem like an ordinary person no matter how it looks. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Chapter 9 doesn't seem like an ordinary person no matter how it looks. No, what are you talking about? What is a burning the boat gambling method? Shen Wansan, who had already felt lost due to others abandoning cards, became even more confused after watching the barrage. He found countless people in the barrage praising him, saying that he couldn't judge with common sense. Mom, what is this saying? Have you ever done anything amazing yourself? Shen Wansan was very puzzled and didn't understand what the audience was talking nonsense about. Anchor, this is the end of the matter, are you still pretending? Shoo. Everyone understands what you understand, don't speak up anymore, because the notes are reading. Don't be humble, Anchor. We have seen your actions and understand how powerful they are. For such anchors, my backhand is like liking and following, without a doubt, I will definitely learn something in the future. Master, I beg you to accept me. I'll give you black silk leg photos. After listening to Shen Wansan's words, the audience didn't need to guess, they knew he was pretending to be foolish. After all, there are so many police officers watching in the live broadcast room, and the live content is indeed somewhat risky. So it is appropriate for him to be cautious and low-key. Even so, it still cannot conceal his gambling talent that far surpasses his peers. I'll go, can you stop guessing? I really just want to give it a wave, there's no other point. Shen Wansan couldn't help but feel that the audience misunderstood him so much, and he almost spoke his heart. I know, we all know. Master, please stop talking and continue to showcase your gambling skills. Master, promise me that after the police leave, will you teach me alone? Easy to dress up. Easy to dress up. The way you dress up is so low-key, I really love it. I really want to brush gifts for the anchor, but unfortunately, my classmate is a poor person and there is no money on his phone. Don't give gifts to the anchor. The anchor is a wealthy second generation. If you do, he will be angry. No matter what Shen Wansan says or explains, the audience is not trustworthy. Because of his superb gambling skills, he has deeply penetrated everyone's hearts. Upon seeing this, Shen Wansan was too lazy to explain. Anyway, it's just like this, it doesn't matter. He didn't start the live broadcast based on explanation. Regardless of what the audience thinks, as long as he can earn positive energy points in the end, everything will be fine. But don't really say it. In the barrage of nonsense, there are really things worth paying attention to. That's the issue of gift revenue. You should know that live streaming is now available, but the benefits you can gain from it are not just positive energy points, but also gifts. When the popularity increases and the number of viewers increases in the future, there will always be wealthy rewards, right? So the question arises, is the gift revenue from the tips given by the tycoons considered systematic or personal? Thinking of this, Shen Wansan quickly called the system with his mind, hoping to get the answer he wanted the most. If everything really goes as one thinks, then the days ahead will be much easier. Not only can I earn positive energy points, but I can also hold gift money, it's simply a pleasure. However, a rigorous system does not give such an opportunity. Its exit is negation, and it also provides an explanation. If Shen Wansan wants positive energy points, then he doesn't have any gift income because the content of the live broadcast is directly linked to system tasks. Unless Shen Wansan stops the system task and focuses on live streaming, he can only receive gift income. That is to say, there is no advantage at all, we can only choose between two options. Shen Wansan was extremely disappointed. However, he was not discouraged. Because he has become accustomed to the rigor of the system. No matter whether it's feasible or not. At the same time, the deputy captain of the Binzhong Criminal Investigation Detachment finally rushed back to the team. As soon as he entered the door, he immediately felt the serious atmosphere within the team. All the police officers stared at him in amazement, as if they had solved some major case. Don't say it, I understand everything. From now on, give me a 12% boost. As long as Shen Wansan broadcasts, we'll keep an eye on him. I believe he will reveal his flaws sooner or later. Before the other police officers could speak, he gave the order directly. Captain, my suggestion is to thoroughly investigate the true identity of this person named Shen Wansan and lock down his IP for arrest. No, I think we should be more cautious and send personnel directly to follow and prevent him from escaping. I agree with the matter of sending personnel. Based on the current situation, Shen Wansan is definitely not a simple person. There must be someone behind him, or a gang. Indeed, this young man's gambling skills are really superb. No matter how he looks, he doesn't seem like an ordinary person. He is very likely to be directing a new type of crime. Captain, what do you say? Do you really need someone to secretly observe? Faced with the proposals of his subordinates, the deputy captain of the Binzhong Criminal Investigation Detachment couldn't make up his mind for a moment. According to regulations, the police can only take action when Shen Wansan truly engages in illegal and disorderly behavior. Otherwise, it is not possible because we have to consider the rights of citizens. Let's forget it for now. It's not too late when this kid really shows off his horse's feet. After thinking for a while, the deputy captain of the Binzhong Criminal Investigation Detachment decided to take another look. They couldn't misunderstand a good person, nor could they let go of a bad one. On the gambling table. After the two players abandoned their cards, it was their turn to speak up. The two servants took a glance at the situation and were also somewhat indecisive. To be honest, they are a bit tempted to give up their cards. Because their hearts were indeed passively shaken. Shen Wansan's hand is not good, it can even be said to be very poor. His public cards are just a diamond 5 and a spade 3. This kind of hand, as long as there is a small 6, it can completely defeat him. So are you really going to give up? On the gambling table, it's useless to just have anger and courage. I don't believe your luck with gourds, I'll follow you. After pondering for a while, the former ultimately chose to keep up. He was scared well, but he didn't break his heart. I can still afford to lose tens of thousands of dollars, and that's what took me in too. After the former caught up, the latter no longer hesitated, and they all launched 20,000 chips to keep up with Shen Wansan. Seeing this, Shen Wansan was so happy that he burst out laughing on the spot. He is really afraid that everyone will give up their cards. In that case, I will really inexplicably win. It's all right now. My own money can finally be exported in large quantities. Hey! What are you laughing at suddenly? Unexpectedly, this sudden smile alarmed the servants and suddenly gave them a feeling of being tricked. It's nothing, just a sudden memory of something happy. Please don't mind me, come on, let's continue playing. Shen Wansan immediately restrained his smile and his eyes lit up. End of this chapter. Chapter 10. Will this kid really cheat? You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 10. Will this kid really cheat? Something's wrong. This kid is completely out of place. How can a normal person play with a smile when they are at a disadvantage? But what about this kid? He can still laugh when he only has 5 diamonds and 3 spades in his hand. Reasoning. Even if you have confidence, you can't be so confident, can you? There will still be a bit of emptiness to some extent. But why is this kid so unique? Judging from his expression, that's not just pretending to laugh. But it's a kind of heartfelt experience. At this point, the servants couldn't figure it out. What's so funny about this? If you have a pair in your hands, you can still understand. After all, having a pair of hands is not too small. But there is only 1 diamond 5 and 1 spade 3 hand, why are you laughing? Are you still proficient in 1,000 skills, kid? The servants looked at Shen Wansan, who was confident and fearless, seriously doubting whether he would really cheat. Otherwise, why is he so confident? Why are you so confident? But they cannot directly inquire about this matter. Because in casinos, if you suspect others of cheating without evidence, then the situation is quite complicated. I'm not sure, you will be completely blacklisted by Oucheng because of this matter. So without absolute evidence, one cannot hastily suspect others. Only wait for the other party to really cheat. But speaking again. Can you really catch an outstanding cheat on the spot? I'm afraid I have to ask all the previous gambling kings about this question. All players' betting is completed and the game continues. Hagwan's sister followed the rules and waited for all players to complete their bets before starting to continue dealing cards. This is the 4th deal. It is also the 3rd round of public cards. In this round, Shen Wansan was still the youngest, with a small plum blossom hairpin in front of him. Looking at this small plum blossom 6, Shen Wansan slowly closed his eyes and enjoyed everything silently. Miss Hagwan is amazing. Her deal really hit the nail on the head. This is a guaranteed loss. A bunch of positive energy points are waiting to be harvested in the distance. Ah. It's comfortable. Ah. Great. Shen Wansan feels like a genius. Utilize Oucheng on your own to promote positive energy. It's really amazing. Damn it, Plum Blossom 6. Little did they know that when other players saw his Plum Blossom 6, their hearts kept beating drums. Because all the players present are loose cards. There is no sense of alignment, nor is there a possibility of alignment. The biggest single card is just a spade K. But Shen Wansan's hand is Diamonds 5, Spades 3, and Clubs 6. There is a possibility that he will be successful. If the next card is still a small one, the possibility of a successful move will become even greater. Oh my god, isn't this kid really that evil? Looking at Shen Wansan's hand, all the players began to become uncertain. The seed in his heart that doubted his ability to cheat has already begun to sprout. The deal is over, please speak up to the player with the largest face in this round. After Miss Hagwan finished playing the cards, she said this according to the rules. The player with the largest face in this round has not responded for a long time. He turned his head to look at Shen Wansan, who was already counting chips, and couldn't help but fall into silence. What are you looking at me for? Put your bet on me. I have a small plum blossom 6, you can't be afraid, can you? Shen Wansan felt very strange when he saw him staring at him in a daze. I'm not a big name, why look at my face? If you should, press it. You're about to win money, okay? Speed up, don't waste time. I'm about to start promoting positive energy and harvest its value. Tisk. Upon being urged by Shen Wansan, the parties involved immediately felt annoyed. Follow the normal game. He will follow this one no matter what, because his chances of winning are very high. But I don't know why, I want to follow but dare not. There is always a feeling of being calculated. His mother, it's so annoying. Can this kid really cheat? The parties involved have become somewhat confused. He really doesn't know whether Shen Wansan is pretending or really having 1,000 tricks around him. Damn it. Let's give you another hand and see what's going on with you. After struggling, the party gritted their teeth. He is not only afraid that Shen Wansan will really cheat. I'm afraid I'll regret it. Regretting Shen Wansan's fourth public card not being able to connect with Shunzi, causing him to lose the one he could win. So, he chose to keep up and didn't want to regret it. Kid, don't be too happy too early. I don't believe you're so evil either. Follow you. At present, the problem is not too big, and Uncle needs to take another look. 3 players each had 20,000 chips and chose to follow the bet. That's right. You have to follow me. Anyway, that's all for fun. Shen Wansan was overjoyed and decisively followed, fearing that they would inexplicably abandon their cards midway. Upon seeing this, the players who had just finished playing cards all had their eyes twitching. Did you really fall for it? It's obvious that this kid is really not right. Alright, all players' hand trading is over, and we'll start distributing the final round of public cards. After scanning the entire room, the young lady of the Dutch official continued to transform into a ruthless card dealer. But what's different from before is, she received a lot of attention for this deal. All players present were not staring at their own cards, but rather at Shen Wansan's fourth public card. When a block 4 is really sent to him, everyone's face turned gray in an instant, as if they had been hit head-on by a bolt from the blue, or as if someone had poured a basin of cold water from head to toe, numbing their whole body. Indeed, there is no such thing as luck in the casino. If a young man dares to come to Australia to play cards, then he must have something to rely on. I'm going, but there's actually a square 4. Shen Wansan was also stunned. He immediately looked up at the young lady of the Dutch official. Damn it, you won't cause trouble for me at the last minute. I'm telling you, if I really offer something like Shunzi, I'll get angry. You better not make a scene. Shen Wansan began to panic. He was really afraid of getting a Shunzi. If he really got this kind of thing, everything he had done before would be in vain. In addition, the police will also increase their attention. He doesn't want things to turn out like this. So, don't come to Shunzi. Shen Wansan started looking at the cards in advance, and then, under the joint gaze of nearly 200 people, he greatly disappointed all the audience. That's right, the probability of a homo is so low that it explodes, how could it be a homo? The bottom card is Plum Blossom Q. Shen Wansan laughed again. This card, even if the Heavenly King Lousy comes, he will lose. Well, I've finished looking at the cards, haven't you spoken yet? Can you please hurry up? My suggestion is, don't play too much, just shuttle another 30,000 and play this one. Shen Wansan suggested in front of everyone. End of this chapter.